walk up in this. I'm the flyest in this shit. Hey, I just dropped the tape, they tune in like it's TV. Had to post a pic for the hoes that wanna be me. Walking on this shit, I rock the beat so freely. Put them racks to my face. Yeah, ho, you gotta see me. Walking in my closet like a store. I got options. Anything I put on, know it's drip. You can't top this.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Summer and I'm back with another video. You dig? Y'all, for starters, if you're new here, welcome to Summer South TV. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button so you can get notified every time I drop a video. And if you're returning, welcome back. So as you can tell by today's title, we're doing a story time and then like a little nightcap. So I'm gonna apologize in advance because I'm always out of breath now. On top of me being sick and pregnant, I just be out of breath. Excuse my robe. This is my favorite robe. I've had this since 7th grade. And we're doing like a little nightcap. So, you know, grab your wine. I can't drink, but grab your wine, grab you some juice, some water, some chips, snacks, whatever. We're about to talk about it. So, this is the story about how I found out I was pregnant. So, let's start with, okay, y'all know that my boyfriend, at the time, he lived in Mississippi, I lived in Nashville, okay? So we would take turns like visiting each other and stuff. So around this time, so like around my birthday's in May. So like around my birthday, like May, June-ish, you know, he would always like be joking, like take a pregnancy test, blah, blah, like knowing that, you know, he didn't, you know, and I'd be like, no, like, no. So fast forward, this is 4th of July weekend. He had came down here and, you know, things happened, whatever. And, you know, I'm not gonna say we didn't really talk about it, but, you know, like he never joked that week, like, you know, you need to take a pregnancy test, blah, blah, blah. So for whatever reason, me and my cousin that I was living with at the time, Kiera, we had went to the pool after 4th of July and like for some reason we got on the topic of having kids and stuff or whatever. So now when we talking, we like, you know, we're gonna have kids at the same time in about 2-3 years, this, that, the third, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, I think you should take a pregnancy test. And I was like, no, like, no. So, you know, we leave the pool, blah, blah. So I call my boyfriend and I'm like, why Kiera say she think I should take a pregnancy test? And he's like, maybe you should. And I was like, well, I'm not going to take one right now because it's literally, like, you was just here this weekend. Like, if I was, which I really thought I wasn't. I was like, if I was, it's not going to show up right now anyway. So, you know, a few weeks go by. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, I want to say. Almost a month later, I had ended up coming to Mississippi to visit him. You know, we drink, you know, smoke hookah, do this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So I get back home, and he's like, babe, no, this will happen. Kiera, you know, when you live with another female, your cycles basically start coming around at the same time. Like, they start syncing. So that week I got back, Kiera had started her cycle like that Monday or Tuesday, something like that. And normally mine would come on like 3 or 4 days after hers. So, you know, I didn't really think about it. And then a couple days went by and I'm like, sis, like, I ain't came on yet. But mind you, I always had irregular cycles at that too, so I wasn't really like worried about it. I was just like, could be whatever, could be I'm going back irregular, because for last year my cycles became regular for a minute. Like it would be off and on, regular, irregular, like that. So I was like, maybe I'm back irregular, whatever. Then a week go by, and I'm like, hold on. So me and Kira talking about it, and she's like, maybe you should take one. And I'm like, no, I don't want to take one. So then my boyfriend, I'm talking to my boyfriend about it and all this, and he like, I think you should take one. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I might just take one, like, just so y'all can both leave me alone, because I have took some previously before and I wasn't, so it wasn't like, I wasn't feeling like different, like nothing. I work nights, so I was tired, but honey, I'm always tired because I work night shift, so that was maybe the only symptom, but I can't really even say that because, I'm just always tired anyway. So it was one day I had got off work that morning, and I think I was like off or something, like the next few days. I think so. I don't remember. But I came in the house. I don't know what I was doing, but I came in the house and Kiara was up because I was going to go to sleep and wait to do it when I got up. But Kiara was up. So I go in her room and I was like, I'm going to take a test. So, she come in my room and stuff, and we talking like regular conversations. And, I'm just like, ooh, I'm so nervous. Like, but then I'm like, I'm really not, but I am, only because I haven't got my cycle. But it's also a chance that it might be just irregular. So, I pee on it. Like, Kira's literally standing in the bathroom. So she finally leave out. I pee on the stick. And, it say you're not supposed to, like, place it flat down, like, face down, leave it upward. So I just left it up. And, like, we still having a whole conversation. Like, she's in my room, I'm in the bathroom. I don't remember what she was doing out there, but she was out there doing something. So, but we still talking or whatever. And, you gotta wait 5 minutes. So, time goes by. I look like I have a lazy eye. Time goes by. Y'all, I looked at the stick and I said,
Marquita.
That's Kira's real name. I said, Marquita. And she came tiptoeing around the corner. She was like, what? She's like, are you pranking me? Are you pranking me? And I'm like, no, just look at it. And she's like, are you pranking me? And I'm like, no. So she finally looked at it. She's like, and then we both just sitting there like, I know we sat there for like 5 minutes just like, this is a positive test. And mind you, like, this is still like really, really early anyway, because when I found out, I was literally only 4 weeks. Like, literally only 4 weeks, because I hadn't had my cycle for that month. So, and my cycle was like basically 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks before that. So I'm like, darn. Okay. So like, I'm like still in shock. So then I call my mama, y'all, and I'm just hysterically crying. Like, I'm talking about like Kim Kardashian. Have y'all ever seen that video or that GIF? I wish I could insert it. I'm gonna try to. Y'all, this is literally what I look like crying on the phone to my mama. Crazy. But I was legit like that. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I'm talking about, I was hysterically crying. Mom was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Then she goes, you pregnant. And I was like, yes. And she's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, what do you mean, why are you crying? I'm 22. Like, and she's like, you have a whole career. And I'm like, but it's a whole baby. And she's like, you'll be fine. You know, either way, whatever you want to do or whatever. And she was very supportive. But y'all, when I tell y'all, I was distraught. Like, and then like on the box, it say to take it every 3 days. You know, I'm guessing that's if you get a negative. But honey, I kept telling my mom, maybe it's just a false positive. Like, maybe it's a false positive. She's like, there's never been a false positive. And I'm like, man, it gotta be something, because I don't know. I don't know. And I took one every 3 days. I literally took 3 tests because I was just like, this is like a whole baby. And it was so early, but sure enough, after that, I took it like maybe like 2 weeks later, 2-3 weeks later, I really started feeling symptoms. But yeah, I was in so much shock. Like, I sent it to my 2 best friends, Jasmine and Tiana. And Jasmine was excited, like, whatever. And Tiana was excited too, because she was like, she hope it's a girl, blah, blah. And I was just like, guys, this is a whole baby. Like I just, to this day, I just still be like, you really about to have a whole baby? And I'm still scared, but I'm ready for him to get here so we could be styling and profiling. Period. But y'all, I was just, woo. Like, I vividly remember that day. Like, I got in the bed after I talked to my mom and everything. I cried for a whole day. Like, what? And you know, you've had pregnancy scares. Like, let's not all act like we haven't been there. But this was real. Like, this was real. Like, this was real life happening. My phone's about to die. This was real life happening. And I'm just like, a baby? Like, I just kept saying that. Like, every time Kiara would call me, I'd just be crying. She's like, Summer, are you really crying? I'm like, yes. Like, y'all, I tell y'all, like, I don't know. But, you know, that's my story about how I found out I was pregnant. I should do more story times. I'm gonna do a story time about, okay, that's another topic. But when y'all hear that story time, y'all gonna be like, I never knew this girl had it in her. That's a different story. But this was just a little short video because I have been feeling under the weather for the last week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram at @Summersalt_. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.
Rich bitch shit. I hit Chase and break the bank though. Cardi on my wrist. I hit Wafi, drop the bank, bro. AP coming next. I'll make sure that bitches